Hi, I'm Lesli Margherita, and you are watching the Broadway.com show.
Welcome to the Broadway.com show, your weekly guide to everything happening on the Great White Way. Or as we like to think of it, a place where there are no regrets, just love for the possibility of Katy Perry bringing her roar to Broadway. Let's kick it off with the news. What's the buzz, Paul?
Look out, ladies. After making a killing with critics in London, American Psycho is headed to New York City. Spring Awakening tunesmith Duncan Sheik has adapted Bret Easton Ellis's story of dashing investment banker slash serial killer Patrick Bateman for the stage, complete with all the blood and guts that made the book a sensation in 1991 and the 2000 film starring Christian Bale, a fan favorite. With a book by Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa and direction by Rupert Gould, American Psycho will start performances at Second Stage Theater off-Broadway in February 2015.
Badass Oscar winner Christopher Walken will play badass villain Captain Hook in NBC's Peter Pan Live. The prolific actor is known for playing intense characters, so the one-handed obsessive shouldn't be too much of a stretch. Yes, Walken can sing and dance. He has stage cred as well as featured roles in the movie musicals Hairspray and Jersey Boys. Cowbell, Tinkerbell, the jokes write themselves. Catch Peter Pan Live on December 4th.
Put down your croquet mallets because Heathers the Musical has officially announced it will close at Off-Broadway's New World stages on August 4th. The musical adaptation of the wacky 80s cult movie has had a rocky week. First, the show's star, Barrett Wilbert Weed, abruptly departed the production, and now it looks like we've only got 2 more weeks to get our slushy fix with Heather, Heather, and Heather. Guess we'll see you guys at prom. Or hell.
God save the Queen. Queen Helen Mirren, that is. After winning an Oscar for her portrayal of Her Majesty and the Queen, Mirren reprised the role in the acclaimed 2013 West End production of The Audience, and the drama is now heading to Broadway. Peter Morgan's new play follows the reign of Elizabeth II from 1952 to the Diamond Jubilee in 2012, and the private meetings the Queen has with all her prime ministers. Mirren will begin her reign of the Great White Way in February next year.
We knew musicals based on a Sylvester Stallone movie and the music and lyrics of the late rapper Tupac Shakur were going to be hard sells, but it's time to say goodbye to Rocky and Holler If You Hear Me. Rocky, which earned much-deserved Tony nods for its star Andy Karl and its inventive direction by Alex Timbers, will close at the Winter Garden Theater on August 17th, while Holler will end its run at the Palace Theater even sooner on July 20th. Both of these shows were exciting musical theater experiments, and each demonstrated how revolutionary Broadway still is. We'll miss them both, but we can't wait to see what their pioneering creators come up with next.
I'm Lesli Odom Jr., and you are watching the Broadway.com show.
Down-home musical Boys and Dinettes is giving New Yorkers a taste of small-town life at City Center. Since the show takes place at a gas station in Greasy Spoon, I asked the stars for tips on what you should always order and never order at a roadside diner. Check out their advice in this week's Pop Poll.
That depends on where you are. I'm Southern, so south of the Mason-Dixon line, what you should always order is biscuits and gravy. Now, north of the Mason-Dixon line, you should never order biscuits and gravy. This is a lesson I've learned.
You have to order grits. What you shouldn't order, a salad.
You're almost always going to be safe with eggs and bacon. I never order the tuna, probably.
I think you should always order the pie because it's always made by the grandma. It's always made by somebody local. I don't think that you should always order the coffee because it's been sitting a while.
French fries, lots of ketchup. What should you never order? Sushi.
You're always safe with breakfast. You're never safe with anything that costs more than $11. So if you look in like the back section where they do like chef specialties, you can't do that.
You should always order pie. You should never order lasagna. You don't even need to specify why, but let's just say I have personal experience.
Our tweet of the week goes to Lin-Manuel Miranda's reaction to the news that the Rum Tum Tugger is going to be a street cat that does hip-hop when he prowls into the London Palladium this Christmas. Miranda tweeted, "I leave you alone for not even 2 weeks and you have Weber rewriting cats as hip-hop while I'm gone? Guys, relax, Mr. Miranda. I'm sure that whatever happens, Tugger will always be a curious cat." Follow him at Lin-Manuel.
This week we're giving a giant thumbs up to the Transport Group's concert performance of The Music Man, which will reunite Tony nominees Laura Osnes and Santino Fontana. The former Cinderella stars already redefined what it means to be Broadway royalty, so the chance to see them play Harold and Marion for 2.5 hours and perform Till There Was You, Goodnight My Someone, and so many more classic songs from the Tony-winning tuner has us pitching a happy shapoopy fit.
Ryan, it's great that you're so excited, but if you read between the lines, you'll see that the Music Man concert will feature Santino Fontana as Harold Hill and Laura Osnes as Marion, but only for a couple of songs. They'll be joined by a cast of other Broadway stars, which is great and all, but we kind of wanted to see the onstage Cinderella sweethearts perform the entire show. Thumbs down. NBC, it is not too late to jump on this Wells Fargo wagon and cast the pair in your live TV broadcast. Let's just think of this concert as their audition.
Hey, it's Tony Goldwyn, and you are watching the Broadway.com show.
Our star of the week is a part-time Broadway headliner, part-time Broadway producer, and full-time Broadway cheerleader, Rosie O'Donnell, who announced this week she will return as a co-host of ABC's The View this fall. When she was on the show back in 2006-2007, she single-handedly made The View more entertaining, more engaging, and a hell of a lot more popular. We can't wait to see Rosie work her magic again, and look forward to hearing the B word, Broadway, more often than ever on the ABC Talk Fest. Welcome back, Rosie.
This week's Hot Shot is a tribute to Broadway Barks, the theater community's annual pet adoption fest. Broadway.com's Caitlin McNaney created this photo collage of the pampered pooches of the Great White Way. When they're not performing 8 shows a week, these pups are rubbing paws with celebrities and sniffing at fan mail. Ah, the glamorous life.
Smackdown time. Last week we asked you which Broadway star, rumoured to be taking up a co-hosting position on The View, you'd like to get the gig. Idina Menzel or Bernadette Peters? Well, the results are in and 77% of you said Idina. Now, we are totally butt crazy in love with the news that Amy Heckerling is working on a stage musical version of her hit movie Clueless, which was loosely based on Jane Austen's Emma and may star Katy Perry. So we got to thinking, which other 1990s film adapted from a classic do you think should make its way to the stage? She's All That, which is inspired by Pygmalion and My Fair Lady, or 10 Things I Hate About You, based on The Taming of the Shrew. Tweet your vote of She's All That or 10 Things I Hate About You to @Broadway.com with the hashtag #BWaySmackdown, and tune in next time for the winner.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Broadway.com show. But before you go, you've got to check out this gorgeous, vibrant, and completely amazing new footage from the West End production of Miss Saigon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to book a plane ticket to London. See you guys next week.